Did NASA accidentally discover a parallel universe where time runs backwards? Social media seems to think so, which is exciting because if scientists actually found a universe where time runs in reverse, that would break physics, rewrite cosmology, and raise some extremely awkward questions about causality. Unfortunately, that's not quite what happened. But the real story is still weird enough to make physicists raise a curious eyebrow beyond their confused forehead and cry, "What the hell?" So let's talk about it. In today's Mindfork, rumour has it that NASA detected particles moving backwards through time. Which is adorable, because my future has been avoiding me since 2007. If there's a universe out there rewriting itself, I just want to know one thing. Are we the main timeline? Or are we the beta test? Because lately it feels like the universe patched time, forgot to update humanity, and now we're just vibing on unsupported hardware. But the story that's currently blowing up across social media claims that scientists working in Antarctica accidentally discovered evidence of a parallel universe where time flows backwards. I guess it's so popular because sci-fi dystopia beats regular dystopia. Not that the discovery of a time-bending parallel universe would relieve us from the pleasure of paying taxes, wasting countless hours in a job we hate, or being stuck in a sexless marriage for 30 years while our meat sacks deteriorate and our brains turn to mush. Moving on. And honestly, that would be fucking awesome, right? Imagine a universe where time runs backwards. Could we measure how long we have before the universe ends? Is it a loop? Does free will still exist? The rabbit hole gets deep. But before we start rewriting the laws of physics, we need to talk about Antarctica. This story actually begins with a giant balloon experiment called ANITA, which sounds like an Eastern European pop singer, but is actually a NASA-funded experiment called the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna. Its job is to float above Antarctica and detect high-energy particles coming from space. And one day, it detected something strange. Particles that appeared to be coming up through the Earth, which is not where space particles are usually supposed to come from. Now, the particles scientists think they detected are something called neutrinos. Neutrinos are weird. They have almost no mass, barely interact with anything, and trillions of them pass through your body every second without you ever noticing. Physicists sometimes call them ghost particles, which automatically promotes them to my favourite particle. What do you mean you don't have a favourite particle? What the fuck is wrong with you? The signals ANITA detected looked like particles that had travelled through the Earth and then emerged upwards, which is difficult to explain because neutrinos that energetic should have been absorbed by the planet. So naturally, physicists did what physicists do best. They started proposing very weird possibilities. One theoretical paper explored the idea of something called a CPT-symmetric universe, which sounds terrifyingly complicated, but the basic idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine the Big Bang creating two universes, ours moving forward in time and another moving backwards. A mirror universe where matter becomes antimatter, left becomes right, and time runs in reverse. Some scientists suggested that if such a universe existed, it might explain certain unusual particle detections. Hypothetically. Very hypothetically. Cue the internet and its tinfoil hats. Suddenly, headlines were everywhere. NASA discovers parallel universe, which is great for clicks, but not so great for reality, because the scientists involved have very clearly stated that they did not discover a parallel universe. Although maybe they would say that. I'm joking. Or am I? In fact, the principal investigator on the ANITA project explicitly stated that reports claiming that are bad journalism, which is science speak for, please stop putting words in our mouths, you sensationalist So what actually happened? Well, ANITA detected anomalous signals that scientists don't fully understand yet. Another experiment called IceCube, also based in Antarctica, and certainly not named after the Grammy Award-winning rapper, looked at the data and suggested that there may be more conventional explanations. Maybe the particles behave differently than they expected. Maybe there are unknown interactions happening in the ice. Maybe the neutrinos are just being their usual chaotic selves. Because sometimes neutrinos be crazy. So sadly, no. NASA did not discover a backwards time universe. We're still stuck moving relentlessly forward through time like everyone else. No undo button, no cosmic rewind, no alternate timeline where I made better life choices. It's devastating, honestly. Eating would suck though. Think about it. Ew. And death would become a strange ritual where doctors force you to partake in a 9-month symbiotic ritual where you're slowly absorbed by your mother until you become one. Like when anglerfish absorb their parasitic mates. Yeah, I can't even. Wait, that's guaranteed extinction, right? All creatures get absorbed by their parents until eventually we evolve backwards into single-celled microbes and eventually disappear, leaving the Earth a lifeless rock. Not that I'm complaining, but poor Darwin will need to rethink his research. And on that note, what would happen to research, especially longitudinal studies? You'd be starting with the answers and then working backwards to a hypothesis. I'm spiraling. But here's the thing. Even though the parallel universe story isn't real, the mystery still is. Because scientists still don't fully understand the signals ANITA detected. And when science encounters something strange, it doesn't jump to conclusions. It asks more questions. And sometimes those questions lead to discoveries that are far weirder than the rumour that came before them. So the universe probably isn't running backwards somewhere. But the fact that we can even imagine that possibility says something very interesting about us. We're a species, standing on a frozen rock in Antarctica, floating balloons into the sky, trying to catch ghost particles from the cosmos, just to see what they might tell us about reality, which is already pretty fucking weird if you think about it. Anyway, did NASA discover a backward time parallel universe? No. Did the story make us question reality, time, and our place in the cosmos? Absolutely. And that, my friends, is why science is way weirder than fiction. Anyway, that's my mind completely forked. Go on, tell someone neutrinos are ghost particles and the universe might secretly be trolling us all. And I'll catch you in the next one.